So when we look at our training methodology, we talk about having a training system, right? And within that training system, it breaks down into these subcomponents. First thing that we're going to do with every athlete is go through an evaluation period. So within that evaluation, we're always looking at movement, mindset, nutrition, and recovery. So from a movement perspective, we're looking at things like the functional movement screen and looking at people's specific movement dysfunctions and making sure that we can fix those in relation to their sport and their needs. From there, we talk about a nutrition eval, going through body composition, lifestyle changes, really looking at the person inside the player, if you would, trying to make those behavioral changes. From a mindset perspective, looking at communication strategies. How does this athlete want to be communicated with? What is their style, their need? Also looking at some of the different sort of cognitive elements that we can apply to their training. Not only training on the field, but looking how they, if it's football, pass coverages. So we work with axon potential from that standpoint. And then really recovery. What is their understanding of how to use nutrition, massage, stretching, hydrotherapy to put their body in the best position? Outside of evaluation, we really then talk about this concept of pillar preparation. Within pillar preparation, it's everything an athlete can do to create resiliency in their body. So mobility, stability, soft tissue care, making sure they can activate in a correct manner that's pertinent to their sport. From there, we talk about concepts like movement preparation. Within movement preparation, it's how an athlete prepares for that day's training session. Always looking at them as the limiting factor, and then looking at what can we do in that warm-up, not just to warm them up, but to prepare their movement. From there, we talk about things like plyometrics. So how can someone generate explosive capacities through jumping, hopping, and bounding using various tools that we get from skills. From there, we talk about our movement skills that we break into linear and multi-directional. We start talking about combine, linears, all the elements of the 40-yard dash, starts, acceleration, top end speed. From a multi-directional standpoint, how do I change direction? How do I cross over, drop step? All the various maneuvers an athlete has to go through. Specific to the combine, we look at the 5-10-5 and the L drill. How can we give them the ideal technique on top of their natural movement patterns to put them in the best position to perform? From there, we get into the weight room, everything that has to do with power, strength, muscle growth, or what we call hypertrophy, explosive movements, utilizing all of our different equipment packages. From there, we look at our energy system development. How do we create the work-to-rest ratios? How do we look at your specific energy needs in terms of your sport? Are you an endurance athlete or a football player that only goes 15 seconds on, upwards of 45 seconds off? And then finally, that last piece being that regeneration, as we discussed during that eval period. Massage, stretch, hydrotherapy, nutrition.